Israelis are dead after being stabbed by a Palestinian terrorist in their home on Friday evening. And now the Israeli defense minister is demanding the Palestinian president to condemn the fatal incident. The 19-year-old Palestinian attacker Omar Al-Abed jumped over a fence into the West Bank settlement of Khalamish and broke into the home of a family of 10 during their Sabbath dinner. He then launched a stabbing attack, killing the father and 2 of his adult children and seriously wounding their mother. An off-duty Israeli soldier in his home next door heard his neighbor's screams during the attack and rushed to their house, where he then opened fire on the terrorist through the window.
The assailant was neutralized by a neighbor, and he was found with 2 or 3 gunshot wounds and was transported to a hospital with a military ambulance crew.
Prior to the Khalamish attack, the teenage terrorist actually posted on Facebook that he expected to be killed while carrying it out, and that he wanted his body to be covered by a banner of the Hamas terror group and the former Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat. By the time medics reached the site of the incident, the wounded were lying unconscious on the ground.
Tonight, we arrived on the scene and we found 3 patients in critical condition. We immediately started life-saving procedures. In addition, there was another wounded person who had a stabbing in their back, and she was transported to the hospital in stable condition.
Israeli forces spent this morning searching Al-Abed's family home in the West Bank village of Kobal and have already detained one of his brothers. The home is being measured in preparation for demolition, a common Israeli practice following terror attacks to deter further violence. The terrorist Al-Abed was allegedly arrested 3 months ago by the Palestinian Authority for planning terror attacks, according to his uncle. The 19-year-old reportedly spent 2 weeks in detention and was violently interrogated about his plan to attack Israelis before he was released. According to his father, Al-Abed was upset over escalating tensions at the Temple Mount, where several Palestinian lives had been lost in clashes, and he wanted to, quote, protect the honor of the holy site in Jerusalem. Just hours before the attack, 3 Palestinians were killed and several dozen wounded by live rounds in some of the worst street clashes in the last 2 years. Earlier this week, 3 Israeli Arab terrorists killed 2 Israeli soldiers just outside of the Temple Mount, leading Israel to put up metal detectors outside of the Muslim entrances to the shrine, and causing outrage across the Arab world, even in the Israeli Knesset.
That these magnetometers should be removed. Why should be removed? Because it's an attempt to say that it's an Israeli sovereignty upon Al-Aqsa. Jerusalem, East, and Al-Aqsa are under occupation.
Last night, Abbas announced that he would freeze ties with Israel on all levels until the security barriers are removed. Israel has continued to accuse the Palestinian Authority president and his government of allowing anti-Israel incitement among the Palestinian public. And the IDF has now deployed additional troops throughout the West Bank to prevent any future terror attacks. Palestinian President Abbas has denied incitement allegations, claiming that Israel's control of Palestinian territory is at the root of the conflict. Yet the PA leader has not yet spoken out against Friday's terror attack in Khalamish, and did in fact encourage violent demonstrations at the Temple Mount in 2015, claiming that any blood spilled in defense of the holy site was, quote, pure.